Alright, so we're right here in the Catholic Museum in the city of Bagamoyo in Tanzania. And here's on the grounds here's actually an old Catholic church. Right next to us is the museum. So this gentleman right here is Tipu Tip. Tipu Tip was one of the most infamous slave traders of all times. He used to drive slaves all the way from the East and Central African interior right here to Bagamoyo. And the word Bagamoyo actually means lay down your heart. Because if you made that trip all the way on a caravan across the interior of Africa, maybe the Congo, maybe Uganda, what's now Kenya, you made it all the way here, then this was the last time that you would ever touch the continent of Africa. And so they tell you, brother, lay down your heart, because you'll never see home again. Right here it tells you the numbers and the East African slave trade. They're saying 347,000 to Arabia, Persia, and India. South Africa and America, 276,000. Reunion and Mauritius, 95,000. And Pemba, the coast in Zanzibar, almost 769,000. This is a direction here of the slave trade from out of East Africa. And so there's a market here, but also in Zanzibar. The main market was in Zanzibar. And actually the slave market in Zanzibar is the oldest open-air slave market in the world. It closed in the early 1900s. But the ultimate insult for the slave trade going to the Arabia and Persia is that the men were castrated to make sure that the population there was never blackened by the slaves. So when you come here to this museum, I mean, it's amazing. When you actually go to Zanzibar, we went to the museum in Zanzibar, an actual slave dungeon. And when you sit in that slave dungeon, I mean, it does something to you. Even over here, these are actual chains that were worn. And these right here, this is like a bit of fruit. It's like a coca fruit. And they would eat this to stay awake, you know, while they would be driving the slaves, these once free people, right here to Bagamoyo. And here in Bagamoyo was the last time that they were ever be on the continent of Africa. So if you ever come to Tanzania, especially if you're in the Dar es Salaam area, you have to come here to Bagamoyo so you can see this. You can learn about Tipu Tip, learn about the East African slave trade.